In the deserts of Iran, an American graveyard has been forming. 24 MQ-9 Reapers shot down, missiles struck, or wrecked beyond saving. 1/5 of America's entire Reaper fleet gone. The price tag? $1 billion. The catch? They aren't made anymore. The world's most powerful military just learned its arsenal has a bottom. The United States has lost more than 24 of its most advanced unmanned strike aircraft to Iranian forces since February 28th, a devastating blow that has cost nearly $1 billion and stripped away 1/5 of the Pentagon's entire Reaper inventory. The MQ-9 Reapers, each priced at $30 million, fell to Iranian air defenses both in flight and on the ground. Some were shot down mid-air. Others were destroyed in missile strikes or crashed in accidents across contested Iranian airspace. At least 24 have been confirmed destroyed, though the actual figure may reach 30 when damaged aircraft subsequently written off are included in the count. The losses mount as commanders deploy the unmanned systems heavily, keeping pilots out of direct harm's way whilst the war grinds on. The Reaper carries advanced sensors and weapons systems. High-powered cameras scan targets from miles away. Hellfire missiles and precision-guided bombs hang from its wings. For years, it has been the workhorse of American air campaigns across the Middle East and beyond. But production stopped long ago. General Atomics no longer manufactures Reapers for the US military. Only about 10 of its successor models, the jet-powered Avenger, were ever built. There is no active production line, no quick replacements.
MQ-9s may be attritable as they are uncrewed, but they are too expensive and too few with no active production line to be considered expendable.
The drone losses represent just one category of American casualties in the air war. The Pentagon has also lost 2 crewed aircraft. An F-15E Strike Eagle went down over Iran. An A-10 Thunderbolt II was shot out of the sky. Beyond those headline losses lie others less publicized. An E-3 airborne warning and control plane fell. 2 KC-135 aerial tankers were lost. 3 additional F-15s were downed. 2 MC-130J multi-purpose cargo planes disappeared. Replacing this fleet alone would consume billions of dollars. Radar systems destroyed in the campaign carried price tags of hundreds of millions each. Every loss compounds the financial strain on the Pentagon, already stretched thin by the war's demands. The $1 billion in Reaper losses add to a broader bill that spirals upwards. The conflict has consumed thousands of Tomahawk cruise missiles and other long-range missiles. Aircraft shot down, missiles expended, equipment destroyed and written off as combat losses. These are the hidden costs of the Iran war. Not measured in casualties alone, but in the irreplaceable weapons systems that cannot easily be replaced. In the production lines that no longer exist. In the strategic reserves that grow smaller with each passing week of conflict. A report by the US Congressional Research Service has acknowledged major American aircraft losses during the war on Iran, including fighter jets, drones, refueling aircraft, and helicopters. According to the report, reviewed by multiple media outlets, a total of 42 US aircraft were either destroyed or damaged during the conflict. The reported losses included 4 F-15E Strike Eagle fighter jets destroyed and 1 F-35A stealth fighter damaged by Iranian ground fire. The report also stated that 1 A-10 attack aircraft was destroyed, while 7 KC-135 Stratotanker aerial refueling aircraft were hit, 2 destroyed, and 5 damaged. In addition, 1 E-3 Sentry AWACS surveillance aircraft reportedly sustained damage during operations. The report revealed especially heavy drone losses. According to the findings, 24 MQ-9 Reaper drones were destroyed, accounting for more than half of the total aircraft losses recorded during the war.
Much of the $25 billion gap is driven by munitions that have been used and must be replaced. Among the most significant losses are 24 MQ-9 Reaper drones, sophisticated unmanned aircraft that can cost $30 million or more each.
The Congressional Research Service also confirmed the destruction of one MQ-4C Triton surveillance drone and two MC-130J Special Operations aircraft. Meanwhile, one HH-60W combat rescue helicopter was reportedly damaged by small arms fire. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi reacted to the findings in a post on X, claiming the losses demonstrated Iran's growing military capabilities.
Months after initiation of war on Iran, U.S. Congress acknowledges loss of dozens of aircraft worth billions. Our powerful armed forces are confirmed as first to strike down a touted F-35. With lessons learned and knowledge we gained, return to war will feature many more surprises.
At the same time, reports suggest the financial cost of the war has escalated dramatically. According to TASS, citing data from the Iran War Cost Tracker, total US spending on the conflict has now exceeded $85 billion after 79 days of military operations. The estimate was reportedly based on Pentagon briefings to Congress, stating that Washington spent $11.3 billion during the first 6 days of combat and planned to allocate roughly $1 billion for each additional day of war. On May 1st, in testimony on Capitol Hill, a Pentagon official placed the cost of the War Department's Operation Epic Fury at approximately $25 billion. The reports of mounting costs come as the Pentagon seeks congressional approval for a proposed $1.5 trillion defense budget amid growing scrutiny over the scale and sustainability of U.S. military operations in West Asia.
The revised tally emerged as War Secretary Pete Hegseth and General Dan Kane, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, testified before lawmakers to defend the Pentagon's sprawling $1.5 trillion budget request.
Citing U.S. officials familiar with internal assessments, CBS News reported that the true cost of the U.S. war on Iran is closer to $50 billion, roughly double the figure senior Pentagon officials presented to Congress this week. Pentagon Comptroller Jay Hurst later told Congress that operational expenses and equipment replacement costs had sharply increased the overall financial burden of the war.
The operational expenses and the replacement of military equipment had sharply increased the overall cost of the war, raising the Pentagon's estimate by roughly $4 billion compared to figures released less than 2 weeks ago.
Nearly $85 billion spent, 42 aircraft lost, and the Pentagon is already asking for more. The question isn't whether America can afford this war, it's whether it can afford to admit what it's actually costing.